See, everybody's here. Got the last of my coffee downstairs. Haven't eaten too much today. I'm about ready to grab a snake and start eating. Get a tree frog to snack on, as you see in the lyrics. Howdy. Hi Mystic, hi Sweet Blue Eye, hi Doodle, hi Mary, aloha. I'm good, how are you? Getting a little bit of a late start today, so I probably won't stream quite as long this evening, maybe a couple hours of the intro. And noodle bowl. I haven't had a noodle bowl yet. Right. Let's get our camera configured for. Set up. I love this intro screen, intro music. We got a little CQC. They expanded the hand-to-hand combat a little bit more. See if I can even remember the controls now. I think back in the day I only played through. I did full playthrough 2 or 3 times. I was in college, and then I was started making films and writing more music, so I didn't get as much playtime with this as MGS2. And then I did play through it once again when the first HD collection came out for PS3, but that was quite a while ago. This game is 20 years old now, if you can believe it. I can't believe it. It just feels like yesterday when this came out. Time flies. Does it make me feel old? Makes me feel older. Doesn't make me feel old yet, because I still feel like it was yesterday, so I don't feel old. It didn't feel like that much time has passed. So I'm having a flash sideways. Actually, I'm not going to load data from previous save for my messing around, trying to get reacquainted with controls. New game. Playing MGS for the first time? No, we're just going to go normal difficulty.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
So we're going back in time here. We're back to what did it say? The 1960s, I believe. 59, something like that. Now, this is not the Solid Snake you were introduced to in Metal Gear Solid. This Solid Snake is his clone of Big Boss. This is the original Naked Snake. This is one of his early missions. Okay, we're in 1964 right now, flying over Pakistan.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Big Boss smokes cigars, not Lucky Strikes. No cigarettes. None of these dainty cigarettes for Naked Snake.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Those are the kind of shots I'm talking about.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Yeah, does this panty waste know what he's doing? Never seen anyone move or act like Snake before.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5,
First high altitude jump
3, 2,
done by Snake, of course.
Spread your wings.
and fly. God be with you.
True story. This is all true. Everything in this game happened in real life. Count on it.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No,
Virtual.
the Virtuous mission.
No,
The future of our
Virtuous.
Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this
Right.
wonderful mission?
Well,
Wonderful
about
mission.
2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. Head
Stepanovich.
of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top secret
Quite a
weapon research
mouthful.
facilities, and the East's foremost expert on
Stepanovich
weapons
Sokolov.
development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back
History
then.
lesson. We have a lot of little history lessons.
We
in
got
this game.
Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted.
It's kind of funny the
We checked
amount of
him into a hospital in
exposition
West
in this
Berlin.
game. It's a little bit of a
2
running
weeks, more than
gag.
600 miles to get from the research facility. and
It's
the
all
Soviet Union
perfectly
to Berlin.
self-aware
He was
because
in no condition to say anything
there are
coherent.
a lot of people that give Kojima
And
a
it
lot
was
of
only
flack
a
for
week
being an
later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
exhibitionist.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic
Exposition.
missiles in Cuba.
Expositionist.
The President demanded the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October 28th,
Those missiles
the
won't
Soviet
reach
Union
our
agreed
shores.
to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to
Not
get the
if I
Soviets
have
to pull
anything
their
to say
missiles
about
out,
it.
we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians
Born in
really
62, Roberta.
Sokolov.
Nice.
They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
Scary times.
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Virgin Cliffs. Virtuous
Apparently,
mission.
they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This
Chastity
mission would never have been
Flats.
possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us. Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selinoyarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium
Mission.
will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
We use those Fulton balloons in MGS3 later.
The shock will be
collecting
less than doing a
resources
parachute
and
jump, and the arm can
recruits.
handle up to
We
500 pounds.
stick a Fulton balloon on them and
So you're
extract
planning on
them.
going over the border in a single combat talent?
What's really funny is when you
She's
strap the
equipped with
balloon
two
onto a
6-barrel
giant
20
tank. I'm
millimeter
gonna take this.
cannons, as well as two 40
Fulton
machine
extraction.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of
Cows and stuff. We need some
Fuel in the
livestock
reserve
on,
tank. We're facing a 4-hour
on the
time
base.
limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Pull a cow out of here.
Home in time for dinner.
But
Home in
if
time for
anything
dinner.
goes wrong,
Be
You'll
simple.
be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Sounded like a little bit of a cougar sound was added into that. Little cougar roar. Notice they always kind of sneak that into mixes when he is such a badass, especially when he's mannerism when he removes the helmet's really badass. A little bit of whip action. There we go. A little bit of a Clint Kurt hybrid look there. A little bit different from Solid Snake. Even though they're clones, they're a little bit diverge. He's the OG.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Oh, you don't like
Snake.
snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Watch out for the cougar's
Let's see.
snake.
I'll be
They're gonna come for you.
Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission.
Purr.
You must not be seen by the enemy.
I'll make you
must leave
purr
no
like a
trace of
kitty
your
cat.
presence. Is that
That's
clear?
right.
This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality.
Alright, alright, alright.
In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the
Never a
time.
joke.
Gotcha.
Never joke when it
Getting
comes
back
to
the
Snake.
subject. How exactly am I supposed
Solid,
to
naked, or
myself?
otherwise.
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
I'd say like the first 6 hours of this
Climb a
game is
tree.
all kind of a
Stand in front
tutorial
of a tree that's
mixed
covered
in with a
ivy and
prologue.
Press the action button.
They kind of drop you back into
I'll
the
be
same
monitoring
area
your progress
twice.
over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85.
Now let's go fetch it.
I'll give you
shall
a
we?
call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function.
I
Okay.
do miss the animated codecs, but I understand why they're not animated. It's like we're using radio frequencies, outdated technology now. All right. Gotta resist the urge to do a crouch walk. Like when I've been playing MGS3, a newer game, they like add in newer abilities that I kind of accustomed to using now. I keep going into a crawl. We're out in the woods now. Not in Kansas anymore. Amateur, lost his backpack. Yeah, total rookie move. Let's see. Triangle to swing down. Prologue, no, prologue. Prologue.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake.
The tool
To
of
equip a
every
weapon,
solid
it's
snake
necessary to
is a
take it out of your
prologue.
backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left.
Strip enough
From that
bark
list,
to get to
choose
the
weapon you
core.
want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your
Plenty of
tranquilizer
flora
gun or
and
your
fauna
knife to
out
hunt.
here.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right.
I like how
Fitted
Snake
with its own shields.
how Snake repeats
However,
the
the suppressor
full
will
name of
deteriorate
his
every time you
weaponry.
fire. Once its durability
Yeah, only-
reaches zero, the noise suppression effect will be
It's a
gone.
Mark 22 Hush
don't get
Puppy
too
tranquilizer
carried away with it.
gun.
The suppressor's
Very
durability is shown in the
encyclopedic,
icon.
Snake. Thank you.
Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy
I
idea
like how
was this
Kojima's
anyway?
like, oh, you're complaining
Solo
about
covert
all the
actions are standard
exposition
Fox
in this
operating
game. I'm going to
procedure.
include
You can't
down to
leave
the
any
minutia
traces of
now.
your
I'm going to
presence.
double down
No
on the
weapons,
minutia.
equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste.
The more you complain, the
goes
more
for
I'm going to
bullets and
double
cartridges,
down on
too.
what you were
Your
complaining
presence in enemy
about.
territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see
Yeah,
it.
remember Master
Can't let
Miller
the enemy
was
know you're there?
trying to inject
This
some
is a
flora and
stealth
fauna
You're a
talk
ghost,
into
Snake,
our
in every sense
conversation.
of
Well,
the word.
Master Miller and
There'll be no
MGS1
rescue
was
of your
really
capture.
liquid, but
The military and U.S. government will deny any involvement in the affair.
puppy gun, hush
Have to take
puppy
care of
gun.
myself, huh?
Like eating hush
I'm afraid
puppies.
so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SAS
chilly in
guidelines
here.
stipulate that
Kinda got
soldiers
the
on covert
shakes.
ops like this one be issued a
I
potassium
can keep my
cyanide.
hands steady.
Tape it to
for
your
all the
body so you
action.
can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a
Need
state
to
of
do a
false
little
death for a short
exercise
time.
and get pumped
Fooling
up.
them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the
To
revival.
move around. I haven't done
You mean
any
that thing they
push-ups
put in my
today.
tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost
We
importance.
are going to listen to the full
First member of the
codec
support
calls
team will be in
this
charge of
playthrough.
monitoring your
We're
physical
going to get the
condition,
full,
acting as a
the
medic, so to
full-length
speak,
experience.
as well as recording your mission data.
No
He's a member
skipping.
of Fox as well, and
Ground
she's here on
control
the
to
gunship
Major
with
Tom, Mark.
She.
That's right.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who
Para.
comes in by parachute.
Medic.
Aren't you going to tell me your real
I
name?
know what it is.
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name,
Her
huh?
portrait kind of looks like
And they call you Jack for short. You're
Gina
regular Captain
Carano.
Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name.
get a blankie. I
What's
should
your
get
name?
a blankie. I should put
Jane
my
Doe.
Very funny.
my Jedi
I wasn't
robe on.
joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back
Cozy.
alive. My frequency is 145.73.
she's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
Many David
So
Bowie
saving
references.
lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier
You're the
and your
boss
mentor.
around here.
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Ground control to Major Tom.
This mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a Jedi robe. It's more of a Sith robe.
Let me hear your voice.
Black.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
Oh.
You've lost
And with
weight.
the music.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
This is Snake's
Why'd you disappear
mentor.
on me all of a
She's
sudden?
known only as the
I was on a
boss.
top secret mission.
The boss.
You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
She reminds me of Robin
I taught
Wright.
you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques.
I wonder if she was
I
probably
taught Robin
modeled
Wright.
after Robin Wright.
The rest you needed to
Princess
learn on your own.
Buttercup from Princess
Techniques,
Bride.
sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret
There's
mission.
already some
A
drama.
soldier has to follow whatever
Coming in
orders
early
is
with the
given.
drama.
It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight.
Boss bitch.
You are a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right. But
Can't
do
be
me a
too
favor.
smart if you want to
What
be a
is
good
it?
soldier.
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
Start
That's
getting-
right. The
Start
legendary
thinking
unit
too
that
much.
the boss put together during
Might
World
have a
War II
problem.
was a snake. The Cobra Unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close
Hey,
quarters.
Laura.
combat, huh?
Welcome.
I've been in the Green Berets
See
for the
you
past
there.
few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission.
He'll make
I'll
it
be
out
supporting
alive.
you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a
He's got no
Permit-class submarine
Raidonovich
in
to
the
take
Arctic
over
Ocean.
this time.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Oh, turn my mic up a tad, sure.
Commencing Virtuous mission now.
Is that better? Make sure it's actually turning up and not down. Wait, oh, okay. I think I turned it down a little bit. Okay, it's up now. I want to make sure you hear me loud and clear. Alright, commence Virtuous mission. I have my backpack. I think I can swap out my camo now. So now in this game we have camouflage and we have different camo indexes for, so you have to swap out your clothes depending on the environment you're in. We can do woodland. That'll up it a little bit. We do our face paint. We gotta swap out items from our backpack now, so we gotta keep track of inventory. Add a little bit more complexity into it. A tad drowned out. We don't want that. And we can also smoke our cigar at any time. Unfortunately, it depletes our health slowly. As you can see, it's actually rather quick, so you can't keep smoking or you'll die. But it's fun to do. Looks badass. Ready our weapon with our smokes. We can kill us or shoot a snake. I don't want to shoot it though because I have a suppressor attached. Each time I use my suppressor, it lowers the durability of it. You don't have unlimited suppressors like in the previous title. But we can kill a snake with a knife, and now we've got snake meat to eat, which is awesome. Unequip our cigar though, because we don't want our health to be low when we encounter enemies. Hola, Fancy. Yes, the mood is set nicely. We have both lanterns glowing in the background. Wandering the woods. We've got our butterflies here. I wonder if I can swat these butterflies. No. Can't. One thing you can't eat are butterflies. Don't just eat it and spin in the menu or he'll throw up. That's right. I forgot you can spin your character around in the menu, right? We have our alligators wandering around. This later I'll be able to collect alligator meat when I can actually kill these things. Can't kill them with a knife. Tranq gun only works for a very short time. The tranquilizers are not very potent on these guys, unfortunately. little wading through the swamp here. You killed a rattler with your E-tool in Nellis, Nevada. It would be interesting. Be quite nerve-wracking to get that close to a rattler.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
You went to a butterfly sanctuary in California. Cool.
47s and grenades.
The only butterfly sanctuary area I've been to has been in a zoo, but
Your
not,
presence in Soviet territory
not
is
like a
already
specific
violation
sanctuary
of
devoted to
international law.
butterflies. Or maybe in the botanical gardens
CIA
in
and the American government
Galveston. They may have
Contact with the
had
enemy is strictly
butterfly
prohibited.
sanctuary in
Don't
there.
engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in a jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed.
There's a lot of crawling in this game, especially since you can't crouch walk without mods. I tried to install a crouch walking mod to kind of make this game a little bit more like the DS version and more like the modern games like MGS3, but it didn't really work.
The key is to make
For
yourself
me,
one with
unfortunately.
nature.
I mess around
Keep
with
that in
trying to
mind as you go
install it
along,
again.
okay?
That really, I think, crouch walking really improves the gameplay, I think. All right, we got our sentries out here. Can activate our... The one thing I'm not a biggest fan of is when you're crawling and it goes in the grass, it forces you into first person. It's kind of an odd thing. I'm sure there's probably a mod to disable that too. That would be nice. Alright, let us take some gear from them. Bullets. You can shake their bodies down for supplies. Stun grenades. Most of them have 2 items.
What's wrong?
Oh, shit. Where is that coming from? How do we get to the map? Is there a straight to map button? It's not select now. You have to, it's buried in a menu. Be nice if that was a quick map option. I think we just gotta go north, I guess. If there's anything up here worth grabbing. Something up in the tree. You take their tags. No, there's no dog tag collecting in this one. It was limited to the second one. You can shoot fruit down, though. Collect fruit to eat. This game kind of like rewards sort of taking your time, because there's no like easy minimap radar system. You basically have to kind of mind your surroundings and really look around with your scope and stuff.
Just my imagination.
I think my dart hit him. And eventually he should get knocked out any minute here. You put in the time, you can collect the legendary Tsuchinoko snake. I'm not familiar with that. Oh shit. We got another Joker out there.
What's wrong?
Got him. Got him. What does the Tsukinocho snake do? Oh, Tsuchinoko snake. It's a made-up snake. Oh, like a Bigfoot? Oh, okay. It's a mythical snake, only spoken of in legends and whispers. You kill it and keep it in your inventory as food. It's just hard to get. I'm sure there's an achievement for it. I would hope so. Something that is so elusive. You got the hornet's nest up there. Mischievous snake. Let's knock that hornet's nest down on him. Got a lot of sentries. There's like 2 guards that walk back and forth along this bridge. I'm gonna wait for them to show up and take them out. Platinumed this sucker on Vita when the HD version came out. Yeah, I never devoted the time to this game to platinum it back in the day. I think I am gonna try platinuming the Steam version of this Steam trophy this time. I think the only game I ever really platinumed, I'm trying to think. I mean, I platinumed FF7 Remake, and I can't remember if I did Infamous 2 Second Son. I think I may have platinumed that too, but I think the platinum for Infamous 2 wasn't that bad. It was actually it wasn't too bad of a time commitment as far from what I remember. His blue eyes are so striking with the camo on. Yeah, I think that was intentional. Are they blue or green? I think they're green. Green eyes. Unless it's just the color correction, but I think they're supposed to be green. I didn't master the piano playing. I think that's going to be the last thing I accomplish in Rebirth. It's the piano playing. It's the directional sticks when playing that, like getting those at the right time, and it feels like a lot of the beats they have you play are not on every beat that you'd expect them to be on either. So you have to visually use the prompts in time for the piano stuff. It's very difficult to do, like just based on listening. All right, we got two of them here, and then we knock out some of these ropes to knock them off the bridge when they get close enough. Oops. Didn't shake it enough. There we go. Got two of them off at once. Nice, we got 3. I think that's all the ones that wander across the bridge. I just love the detail in these games. You gotta walk across because the wind gusts make the bridge even less. You run across, you're gonna slip and fall. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do a chokehold. I think it's circle without this in this one. I gotta walk though, because they'll hear me sneaking up. Oh shit. Nice. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I guess he's taken care of. Let's just pull him over into the grass here and drop him off. Collect his bullets. When I was a toddler, I used to call bullets bullocks with that, like a K. So sometimes you'll hear me say bullocks. It's for all time's sake. I don't remember if there's another guard that pats this way or not. He might find the body and get alerted, but we'll deal with it when the time comes. Yeah, you can interrogate him. This was the first one where they introduced interrogations. And then they can tell you where they'll like reveal things on the map, like locations of items or points of interest or where the guards are on your radar or on your map, I should say. It's if you're have them in a choke to interrogate him in this one, what was it? You press triangle while you're choking him, or does that kill him? Or was it down on the... I just kind of know the controls for MGS3, and those are kind of... what I base it on. Just trying to collect some mushrooms. Snake's gotta have some shrooms in case he gets bored out here with his sniper rifle. Yeah, I like the grunts, the guard grunts. Alright, commencing Virtuous mission.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump.
Need those shrooms to
I can't see Sokolov
treat his PTSD he's gonna get in the future.
Tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be
I gotta
exposed to
pee,
any
but I'm
kind of
having
danger.
so much fun
Do
playing
not
this right
approach
now. I don't
Sokolov
even
while
want to
in
get
the
up.
alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry
You
for
know,
being
TMI, but
Is that all?
so... Yes.
Understood. Beginning my
you're
approach to the
controlling
target.
Naked Snake after all. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick potty break. I'll be right back. Take your advice. I don't want to burst. Alright, I'm back. The thing is, this game does make you hungry, so I had to make a little ramen, hot ramen here. Watching him eat those tasty snakes and tree frogs. Tea and dinner. We can eat today. That's right. I like having the ASMR of the sounds of the woods here. Really, it's just pleasant. It reminds me of actually being on the. I mean, of course, it reminds me of being out in jungle type areas, but it also puts me back at Disneyland. It like reminds me of being in the Jungle Cruise ride or something, or even Pirates of the Caribbean. Going through I almost hear the banjo playing. Bang, 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 bang. With the banjo on my knee. Yeah, the animals playing the instruments. The Jungle Cruise. You have enchiladas. That's sounds yummy. Oh my, this guard's getting real close here. Might have to take him out. Since he's so close.
What the?
Who else is around here? Oh, he's over there.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
Oh, he's right here. Two more. Oh, the other dude right behind me. Trying to throw grenades at me. Oh, I guess his grenade was still close enough. Let's do a barrel roll into him. Just slice his throat. Try eating a snake now. Who is still shooting? I wouldn't imagine there'd be too many guards left after that. Shit. Man, where'd you come from? I like how you just have more close quarters skills in this game. God, never ending over here, man. Keep wanting to crouch walk.
I see.
stack of body bags. I think that's it. You see that evasion meter dropping pretty fast. That's usually a good sign. We're out of guards. Oh, goody. I can finally eat again.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
What's wrong? Who's that? Radio, get us some backup.
This is HQ. Eliminate all enemies.
Right there? Huh? He's over there? What's wrong? I see him.
Let's just leave this general area. Oh, a shotgun. I think that took care of most of them. If not all of them.
HQ.
This
Time to get Sokolov. Guys, I need to eat my noodles. Exactly. Just need to clear out all these cards
Are you
so we can eat our noodles.
You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
Your CIA.
What is he burning?
Yeah.
Were they like
I was
plans
sent by
to
Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
plans for a Metal Gear? Or were those was that the Shagohod? I wasn't
What is it?
really paying attention to the
He said to
artwork.
tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of GRU. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far, but the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy.
Thunderbolt. Yeah, you'll find out why he's called Thunderbolt.
Precisely.
He's
Khrushchev has lost his biggest.
He's all electrically charged.
Crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity.
Volgin is very intense.
By rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control.
He's really a villain that you don't
much like this one.
really have any sympathy for.
Known as
He's not a villain like Solidus at all. Just kind of want to put him down.
He's plotting to seize the secret weapon.
He's just full-on bad guy and not in a good way.
Bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process. Or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, Volgin gets pretty handsy.
By the way, your Russian is superb.
All right, they're speaking Russian
Where did you
right
learn
now.
to speak it?
From my mentor.
It's just English from our benefit, for our benefit.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Let's get out of this. Excuse me. Let's get out of this trash heap.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no other way. But no one will know we were involved.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What?
Handsy with who, you'll find
Probably
out
just a week
soon enough.
Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
We're gonna leave it as a surprise. But think back on how President Johnson got handsy with Raiden. That'll give you an idea. Yeah, we're on to tea right now. Got my chai, spice chai, my Indian masala chai going. It's real nice with a little honey in it. It's got the taste of coriander. Good shit. All right, here we go.
So this is the legendary boss.
The spurs arrive. The twirling of the gun.
We meet at last.
Who is this?
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
soldier.
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you.
Major Ocelot to you.
Don't you forget it.
Always the showman, even from the beginning.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Eyes like Lee Van Cleef. Yeah. Totally. Exactly.
Is that your family? Nice family. Angel eyes.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Golden-haired angel watches over him.
You're not the boss, are you?
That's the Ocelot, you know. That's his calls his Ocelot unit with the meow.
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
CQC, time for a lesson, punk.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Out like a light.
I love how Ocelot just repeatedly gets his shit kicked in through this whole game. He's gotta learn his lessons. To earn his stripes. To earn his claws.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Huh? Besides,
You were just asking for it.
for an automatic in the first place. You tend to
You need
twist
a
your
revolver.
to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
Easy, Shalashaska. The bromance
That was
begins.
some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Love it. So good.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Big boss, he got the ball rolling. He said Ocelot was pretty good. And Ocelot took that to heart. He saw potential in me where no one else did.
And now I'm pretty good.
Meds. What else we got? Can we open these? No. These are not openable lockers. I don't know if I missed anything in this room or not. Nothing yet. I'll be back here soon enough. Oh, can I loot? I can probably loot Ocelot for some, or his people for stuff. No, maybe not. If you kill Ocelot here, it causes a game over screen, right? If I actually, I don't think I can actually kill him, right? Or I can. I have assault weapons, but I think it'll create a time paradox, and it will be game over. Ocelot cannot die in this timeline. He's got the ultimate plot armor. God, if there's anything back here. Could be something underneath the house. Maybe some more. Well, we got snakes and rodents. Nothing. Okay. Let's save.
Saving the game, Snake? Hey,
They talk about movies when you call paramedic, which is neat. Anyway, they talk about Godzilla and nuclear stuff. I accidentally pressed the skip, so I'm not going to get to hear it. But anyway, there will be plenty of movie conversations we'll have with Medic where they discuss old movies of the time, which is really cool. They talk about Creature of the Black Lagoon. And I think there's a Plan 9 from Outer Space thing that they talk about as well. I think Medic is just interested in old movies, so she's got a lot of knowledge. She's watched them all, and then he's he talks about other movies he's seen, and it's mainly things Kojima's interested in that he wants to impart and pass on to his audience.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup.
A lot of influences to his own work.
Look.
In the original version, I remember there was a whole vampire mini game you could get in jail, and they cut that out. What was the reason they cut it out? Was it because there was the music they used, or
the treading behemoth?
Yeah, that's one reason I considered playing the original one on
nuclear missiles from
PS2 version, but it's harder to play that because it's not 60 frames a second. It's kind of capped at 30.
Tank capable of operating solo.
Anyway, this is a threat. They've got the nuclear equipped tank is like the precursor to Metal Gear.
No, this is only
called the Shagohod. Shall we Shagohod now or Shagohod later?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again.
I love that beat of this song.
Take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Yeah, it was like called, that vampire mini was called like Snake's Nightmare or something, because he was having dreams about it, and then he'd go to sleep, and then you save, and then he goes to sleep, and then the next time you load up the game, you're stuck in his dream and his nightmare. Then you have to play his nightmare. It was cool. It's too bad they cut it. Guy Savage, that was it. I'm trying to decide whether to do the trick where you kill the end early by sniping him on the boat so you don't have to fight him in the boss fight later. I think that's probably was my least favorite boss fight when I first played through. Especially if you don't have the special camouflage. The boss, what's she doing here?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
There was some history between him and the boss. But now, something fishy's going on.
Hornets.
Goddamn hornets. That's Snake's karma for knocking down the hornet's nest on the guard. I think all the villains and all the bosses in this game creeped me out a lot more than previous bosses. Yeah, she does look like Robin Wright. Exactly. And she looks even more like Robin Wright in the new remodeled MGS Delta model.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more.
The Hornet guy kind of reminds me of the Toad from X-Men.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Yeah, I'll play through Delta when it comes out. I kind of want to compare them back to... The one thing that's missing in this version is there's more rain here. There's like red, bloody rain and it's, I don't know why Blue Point neglected to like fix that and add it into this port, but there's always some effects layer missing on non-PS2 versions of the title. Always the rain's missing. Don't know why. Yeah, the Toad. Oh man, here comes Volgan. But yeah, the Toad guy's voice is, Hornet guy's voice is nasty.
Hello, how are you doing? Let me come and sting you, my dear.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Volgan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
My unit. Kuwabara, that unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure.
He's too idealistic.
He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
Boss is defecting.
Think you can pull the trigger?
She pulled a Jackie Chan on me.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him.
Yeah, she's a tough broad. She's the boss after all.
Jack?
They don't call her the boss for nothing. Snake took her bandana with him. He's gonna need that.
New blood has been rejected.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Swim, snake, swim. Run, forest, run. Run through the forest. This is how they get you to learn the tutorial of first aid on yourself. Self-administered medical treatment.
Snake, can you hear me?
That had to hurt.
Yeah.
Inside and out.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it.
Paramedic is Gina Carano completely.
Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later.
Injured men are so hot. Is that your toxic trait? You like to see injured men?
First, open the survivor viewer
my
with the
arm.
start button. If you
Broken
select
in
Cure,
5
you can start the
places.
treatment.
God
Healing is
damn it.
divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the
Does my
weapon.
suffering get you hot and bothered?
Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to
hurt
be
for
fixed
you,
using
baby.
surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages.
Got
That
a
should do
bone
it.
fracture here. I need to
For
secure it.
lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound.
Got lacerations all up the yin yang.
Slow the flow of blood and bandages to wrap the
Disinfect it
wound.
all.
If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal
Styptic.
completely.
It'll make it all
Understood?
better. Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into
Stay
the
with
survival
me.
viewer and treat those wounds.
All right. Let's do this. Shit. Survival viewer. Cure. Condition. Cut. So we got deep cut, bleeding, no bandage, and no disinfectant applied yet. Okay, so we need bandage and disinfectant. Actually, I think the order of things is important too. I should have probably done the disinfectant first, then bandage. Does the suture help? What about splints and styptic? Bandage, disinfectant, cuts. Okay. It's just a cut, suture, bandage. I don't know if it needs ointment. I don't think that. Styptic. Okay. That's a cut as well. Okay, treat that bone. Oh, nurse, treat this bone. All right, broken bone, bone fracture. Do we just need a bandage for this, or do we need a splint as well? Bandage and a splint. More cuts. One more bone to... I got a bone to pick with you. Alright. Been nursed back to health now. Set that bone. And this game's got plenty of muscles. Gonna put that arm in a sling.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Makes me need to stretch out a little bit. Yeah, he can still use the arm. It's no big deal. Just shake it off. I love this song. This cue right here. That synth bassy beat thing, but it's kind of got a little bit of a drum beat to it too. I think Harry Gregson Williams' music just keeps getting better and better with each entry. I remember, I think around this time or right after this game came out, he scored the movie Kingdom of Heaven. I think that's one of my favorite scores that he did. Love that movie.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Beats me.
She's Sokolov's woman.
It'd be funny, they're just wandering around with some random people they don't know. Who is she?
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Spunk. That's all you really need. You need spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel!
Well, you can't just have something like that laying around and not have fun with it.
That pulled the trigger.
You just use this rocket here.
Our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
It's a little nuke.
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Hopefully that's far enough away. Data save. Yes, please. Let us save. This is a little nuke gun. It's just your friendly neighborhood nuke gun. And that's our James Bondian prologue. Now we got our main song here.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night.
The Army retired the weapon due to the personnel costs associated with it, as well as apparent great fear that some sergeant would start a nuclear war. Yeah, it could happen. Just like, you know what? I haven't gotten to use this yet. Now's the perfect opportunity. I'm just up here in my helicopter. And like, they could use a little nuking. I know they wanted to do the little tutorial thing about how to like suture up his wounds and stuff, but I think a better spot to have put this little Bond song would have been like after she throws him off the bridge and he lands in the water, and then start the Snake Eater song there while he's going underwater and being carried by the currents and
through the rain, and someday you'll feel
gotten our credits that way, and then show the whole sequence of him like doing his self-administered cures like with the music going. Make it a little bit more of a cinematic tutorial with this music. Yeah, have the text over the game footage instead, integrated into it. He's like, have him like treating his wounds with snakes crawling around. Maybe they could do that for the remake. I'm still in a dream. One week later, Snake heals really quickly.
Approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the
You only need a week to heal broken bones.
Drone oil pressure
if you're Snake.
Of course.
Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Can't wait to see this scene in full HD once Metal Gear Delta comes out. Yeah, I hope they improve the character models and the faces and the frame rate.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation, according to them.
I think Snake's face in all the trailers, his model looks a little bit more like Steve Jobs, and a little bit less like Clint, cross between Clint and Kurt Russell.
Does this mean Fox is
they
going
should
to die?
do a little more tweaking.
This fox is still one step ahead.
But other than that, it looks like a faithful.
Jack?
Looks like they're trying to stay as faithful as possible.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
When is the game coming out? I don't remember. It should be pretty soon. I think this year, right? Sometime this year.
Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this...
Really, they haven't announced an official release date yet?
In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be...
I can understand them not wanting to announce a release date, because they
and unleash
probably want to wait for all the fan feedback and everything.
Of your predecessor, I was...
They want to make sure they get it right. They don't want to release something that
my power is not
going to be well received by the fan base, because it's kind of... I think Konami's own survival depends on how well received it is. Konami has a lot of ill will from Kojima fans, because they fired Hideo Kojima in a very unceremonious, awful way.
The man who arranged the defection was a group.
So they have a lot of patching up to do with fans. If they do a bad job, people won't forgive them.
Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean?
How? There's a lot of drama. It'd be best not to explain it from my limited memory and understanding, but
miniature nuclear shells along with her.
There's a lot of
took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so.
There's a lot of speculation as to why, and a lot of different reasons they possibly did, but I don't think there's anything entirely clear about it.
Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in a violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my command. 1 week. You have only 1 week, and if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
They don't like Volgin much either. I think he's kind of made enemies on both sides.
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their...
He's a little difficult to work with.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
Gets a little handsy.
I leave the disposal...
Not a little co-action.
To your discretion.
Victory and conflict. What are my parents?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
What a way to treat your covert ops.
One of their communications satellites, so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's
This is your mission. Should you choose to accept it, well,
Insiders.
you must choose to accept it, or you'll be 6 feet under. You must succeed, or you'll be 6 feet under.
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva.
Adam and Eva.
Infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide...
Adama and Eva.
You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet.
One-upping the one-man submersible. Now we have one. One-man airversible.
Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Adam, Eva, and the snake of the Garden of Eden. I'll poison their minds with my solid snake. My naked snake. No solid snake in this. Just gonna feed Eva the forbidden fruit. Snake eater. Like, how many times are we gonna do this? Ever had Chinese taters? Is that like taters made out of rice?
Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov.
Rice or tots?
Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange...
You tried the Dole Whip at Disney?
What are the
Good.
CIA's demands?
Everybody should.
Our priorities are the rescue
That is a
Sokolov,
requirement.
destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger.
Snake, unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right, then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square zero.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance, too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission.
Better meet Tom, Dick, and Harry, or you're going to have a Harry,
She'll
Dick,
be recording your
Tom.
mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same. 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Tom, Dick, and Harry from the movie The Great Escape. Oh, yeah.
The same
Did
factory
this
Sokolov
one
was
with Steve
being held in last
McQueen.
week.
Yes, meet up with
He
Adam
was in
first.
that, right?
He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area...
I watched that a long time ago when I was little.
Blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, who are the Patriots? And Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lulelo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission.
First mention of the Lali Lulelo.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent. To the Khrushchev regime, at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
My internet is acting up a little bit going to YouTube right now. Maybe I should restart my my Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm getting some spotty internet going on right now. Hopefully restarting my Wi-Fi adapter helps reestablish a more solid connection. I don't know if it's my router or what. Seems better right this second, so. Yeah, I should probably save.
paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
She visited me in the hospital. Paramedic.
Yeah.
You must have
were
seen
all
me
wrapped up in
naked.
bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission.
Better luck next time, my dear.
If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Huh.
Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen.
So you could watch over my Walter PPK.
Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
You're pretty good.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
You're gonna need that stamina for sure. Absolutely.
All right. Let's start the sneaking mission. Good.
See how far in this map am I? I don't think I have too far to go. Might be a few soldiers down this way, though. This was the... Hopefully this was the right way. Yeah. Just keep going north, I think. Make our way to the rendezvous. I hear a horse. Hark. Well, hello, girl. Fancy meeting you here. Shocking. Positively shocking.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
She's just waiting out here for me.
What are you doing here?
Getting ready for another ass whooping.
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss!
You'd clap the boss. If she'll let you.
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here.
Hey, stop taking apart my 911, lady.
Your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America. That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry. The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Yeah, I really wish they'd fix the rain particles.
Why'd you defect?
Adds a lot when you
I didn't.
can actually see them.
To the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me.
It would have been cool if they gave her like a Clint poncho.
You know me too well.
And then later, like, Snake should inherit her Clint poncho. Put that on.
If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long.
He keeps collecting things off the boss as she kicks his ass, and one thing after the other. Oh, of course, he. I don't know why he left his hand on the ground where that hoof could land on it.
Now, go home.
He's got more shit to. First aid now. First my arm, now my hand.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working
Somebody
with
knows.
is exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out.
Can't beat her in sheer technique.
You've lost
Gotta
your
get
weapon,
a
right?
leg up
Means
on
you've
her.
got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Third leg up. Snake style. Right, where to next? Just right straight up north from here, right? I think it's just straight up. Oh, that's back the way I came, isn't it? Oh shit. These bastards are back. Oh right, she disassembled my gun. Nothing but my knife again.
What's this? HQ? HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. Sending
Let's see, is this the best camo I've got for this? I think there might be something better. Just go with black. Nighttime. Back to the bridge. You got no beehive this time. You think the boss shaves? Oh no. She might use a knife. Just old-fashioned style. Homeboy, we can speed up across the bridge.
HQ, please respond.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. The situation is normal.
Understood. Return to your position.
Place to... not really many places to hide on this screen, is there? Pull back a little bit. Get him to come over to this side. Yeah, we're in a real snafu now. Hopefully no one comes in from behind me here. Rogues do it from behind. They get you when no one's looking. I love this music. It's so badass. Yeah, we could lay down. Just lay down and take it. Oh shit. It's like caution reset. Get back down here before they come back across the bridge. Get up. Pull him over here. Question is, can I get across this bridge before someone comes and turns around? Under here this time, or if they get rid of the guns that were down here. I don't know who keeps planting things under here. Maybe Eva's leaving these for me. Raindrop uniform. That'll be useful. harvest some shrooms. Good. Oh yeah, I need the croc head. I totally forgot about that. If there's any guards in here right now. No, nobody's patrolling here at night. We've returned to the scene of the crime. What's the croc head? Yeah, you wear the crocodile head and you can lay or go in the mud and it looks like a crocodile.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me! Trapped.
Get down!
Subscribe. Thanks, AA. Appreciate it. Oh, and thank you, Sharon, for the super chat last stream. I didn't see it, the notification pop up for it. Yeah, much appreciated.
There is your answer.
Hello, hello, hello. All right. Is that how you greet all of your contacts out here in the woods? Like a place for Naked Snake to rest.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
It's Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
What? Adam.
Where's her tail?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were?
Yes.
Why?
Because I can do things he can't.
Like what? Prove it.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was.
What can you do
4
that he
years ago, I
can't?
defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Show me.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that.
I can show you the world.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here.
Chinese,
even
huh?
That's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
That's right, it is the same voice actor. Yeah, she, when the game first released, they used
45.
A different name for the actress because she was doing Disney movies. And she was afraid it would hurt her brand to be associated with this character in this game.
Ramp is polished.
They kept it a secret.
The slide's been reinforced
until now.
And the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight
she's using her real name for the
safety is extended to make it easier on the finger.
In the credits for the remake for Delta.
Ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that.
Yeah, I love how Snake gets all nerdy over the gun porn. Loses his mind over the custom 1911.
Where'd you get something like this?
This is awesome.
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then?
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse.
Got a
Make your way
mangrove right
through the
here
warehouse,
for you.
and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing
Snake's
there?
just filing his...
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
When he criticizes
Why don't you take a little rest?
when he criticizes Ocelot's engraving, makes fun of him for the engravings on
make it in
his
your condition.
revolver later.
It's a jungle out there.
I have to rest up here,
There's still an
Snake.
hour
Let me
before
take
dawn.
care of you.
It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information, nothing more. You look disappointed. All right, then. I'll do something special for you. I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down. What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna get that?
I was a little distracted.
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Savey time. she up to? Sneaking around at night. No one out sneaks the snake. Oh, his eyelids just can't open enough. When it counts the most, you can't get these damn eyes open.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded.
God,
I see
damn.
4 of them.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry. Don't forget your gear.
Look how the first-person view always puts you.
Give me a hand.
Eyes up here, Snake. No. Can't do it.
We can use this to get to the basement. Damn it! Ocelot!
Why does Ocelot keep hanging out around here? He's just hoping to run into you again.
I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Don't go
That was the smooch. The peck. It was just a peck for now. Just to keep him hoping. Right on the edge. You gotta edge the snake. Those are fake. Let's see here. At least she gave me a gun. Detach the suppressor. I know I'm here now. Oh, why my gunshots cut out? That's an interesting bug. I'm hitting everything except target. Time for some CQC. Oh, shit. And they're a little bit more resilient than the other guards. Go under now. Oh, can't get under there. They blocked it off. Shit. Exactly where I am. Shit. Can get away in time to do a little first aid. Yeah, we can do that better. I don't know why Snake didn't just go down there with her, but I guess he's supposed to draw fire. Man, I thought that was a headshot, man. Yeah, climb the roof. roof from the other side. I wonder, for the next try through, I wonder if I can just go straight through the window. Yeah, you can't get down there. I think you're meant to draw fire away from the direction that Eva went.
I see it!
Deep cut. Let's get rid of that. Bleeding. Stop that bleeding.
What? Not here? Did we lose him? Keep looking. Move!
Trying to get up behind him. It wasn't the right order, but close enough. You play this game naked? Well, you have to. You have to fully get in the zone and role play. You can't ruin your immersion. Whoa, shit. We can hang out here and let our health regenerate a bit. Cool off a little bit. blood squirts. It's a nice arterial painting of the walls. It takes a little while if your health is low like this. You can kind of see it slowly regenning. If you're laying down or crouched somewhere, it's a little faster. It'd be a little easier if I get up to the roof, but they're kind of hanging out around the other side, I think. How many are hanging out on the other side of this building? Gotta get that carotid baby.
What's wrong?
Where's this guy? Oh, he's just right on top. I see him right there on the edge of the screen. It's right up here.
I see.
That's it. It's all of them. Remember if there's a safe way down from here. Yeah. Oh, cardboard box. Oh, he's happy to get my first cardboard box. Right, we have a backpack we gotta dig through. I don't know if I'm a fan of the backpack system, but we've got one. Save the game here before we
Do you want to save?
enter the next cutscene. Yeah, I hope they they talk about Creature of the Black. I keep accidentally skipping all the movie talk.
Chin up.
Well, kind of wanted to listen in on the Creature of the Black Lagoon, but missed it. Oh, mine detector. And if we run into any Vulcan Raven rejects again, we'll have that ready.
I've been waiting for this moment. That's it! That's the stance! I don't think so. What? A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
No more judo for you.
A single action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning
Iconic line now.
as a collector's item.
Gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever.
And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
Kind of started off as a Johnny Sasaki in this game. Get the tire treads on his face now.
6 shots. That thing only carries 6 shots. The macro
should be enough to kill anything that moves.
Get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
Still green.
He's still young.
He's got a lot to learn.
Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
It's wild this actually happened. I agree. Since this is all a true story, it is extra wild.
High class perfection. Perfection.
Porsche. Porsche galore. Alright. I love that scene. I think that scene is a great place for us to end the stream for this evening, as I require dinner and little sustenance for the rest of the day. Although maybe let's load into the next screen first and kind of see the swamp, what we're in for. We kind of have to go through this area twice, once in the opener and once again now, so you kind of see the same area twice, and now we kind of get to see the open swamp that awaits us. Let's smoke a cigar here, though. That was fun. Perfect place to end. Have a good evening, everybody. See you on the next one. What time tomorrow? I'm going to try to start around 11:30. I'm going to try to start by noon. Let's just say noon. I might be a little bit. If I'm later, then I'll adjust the start time of the next live, but I'm going to shoot for noon, around noon. Thanks for joining.